Hello everyone, my name is Bastian Bastias, and my role for this project is software architect. As a software architect, I am in charge of designing the high-level structure of software applications, so defining technical standards and ensuring the architectural integrity and scalability of our applications are part of my role. For this specific assignment, the iteration planning one, we define the alt task and subtask for each user story. In my case, as a software architect, I have taken the following tasks that we can see in our board in Jira. For instance, for the first one, the dip for ticket, the standard user registration, the student can register with college email. I have two tasks or two subtasks. One of them is define the architecture and the integration of the registration and user access system, and the other one, the documentation related with this task. For the second one, the login registration and main page, I have to plan the integration and the login functionality into the main page. For the core of our application, that is the messaging part, the sending, receive, display, and notification messages, I'm charged to define, plan, and design the diagram for this entire core. Um, in order to accomplish this task, I made this diagram that we can see is a high-level diagram of our application, where we can see our artifacts. One of them is the front-end application that is going to be developed in AngularJS, and also we can see our backend application that is going to be in Node.js. So our Angular application is going to be integrated with our backend using the different endpoint that is going to be exposed for our backend as a API. And our backend is going to be integrated and connected with our MongoDB Atlas instance in cloud version. So users are able to use different kind of devices to use our website. For the others, task is pretty much the same. I'm trying to define, diagram our architecture. Also, we can see the tables that are required for this specific assignment, where we can see the different user stories and their subtasks, who is in charge of everyone or each one, what is the estimation for each subtask, what is the actual progress of uh, this task.
Hi, Professor. My name is Hoy, and I'm just like a designer for this group. So here's the just like a written report. We have prepared the table, and also like what is the Jira. So I'm gonna to explain what I'm going to do for the group. We have the story right here, the epic. So um, let's begin. So let's say like for the job is here standard user registration. My duty is to create wireframes and prototypes. So what is look like for the Jira? Yeah, we just make a design for it. So we are working on something like this, but I don't know because like we are still in developing, and then we may have some changes, and yeah, I will go through just some of it. So for the login, I'm gonna design the user interface. And then for the message sending, design the user interface for composing. And then this the more detailed stuff here. I don't have a job here. So yeah, probably that's it. That's my duty for my group.
Hello, I'm Kevin Lamena. I'm the full stack software engineer in this project team. I'm going to go through some of the user stories and my tasks. So for the standard user registration, registration, students can register with college email. My task is to create test cases to validate the registration process for that one. Next, for login registration, the main page, my task is to implement the login functionality of the main page. and to create test cases to verify the functionality of the login feature on the main page. Next, for message sending, the user story users should be able to send text messages to their contacts. My task is to implement the real-time messaging functionality. Yes. Next is message receipt. Messages sent should be received by the intended recipient. My task is to implement the message sending and delivery functionality. Next, message notifications. My task is to implement the notification functionality for new messages. Then next, for the registered user, they would want to customize their profile, including sending a display name and profile picture to personalize the chat. My task is to implement the profile customization functionality. Next, as a guest user, I want to create a new account on the application so that I can access and use its features. My task is to implement the account creation functionality. Next, then, for the guest user, they would want to explore chat rooms and view conversations without creating an account. My task for this user story is to implement the functionality for guest users to explore chat rooms and view. Next, for the admin users, they should have the ability to create college announcements to share important news. My task for this user story would be to implement the college announcement creation and sharing functionality. And lastly, for the admin users, they should be able to they should be the only users with the authorization to perform administrative actions. And for this user story, my task would be to implement the access control functionality to different admin users. Thank you very much. So these are all of my tasks.
Hello, Professor. My name's Stefan. I'm the quality assurance of the group. I'll be reading out Table 1 to Table 4 for my task and job. So for the first table, standard user registration, students can register with college email. For my task, I create test cases to validate the registration process. For Table 2, login registration main page, I create test cases to verify the functionality of the login feature on the main page. For Table 3, message sending, you should be able to send text messages to their contacts directly. I will document the message sending and receiving process for users. For Table 4, message receipt, messages sent should be received by the intended recipient. So I'll be documenting the message, delivery, and receipt process for users. And that's it for my part.
It's Xavier, and as a project manager, I have been tasked with writing technical documentation for the different subsystems in the chat program. So here I have some documentation assigned to me that I will be writing in the next couple of days. So I'll be writing the detailed instructions, steps, and operational guidelines to keep the new user onboarding process as smooth as possible. So our team has also started developing the base features of our chat application, which is denoted in our Kanban workflow, and it is currently in the dev in progress. So the initial development has already started, and we will be moving on from here. So next couple of days, all the documentation will be coming out.
Hi, Professor. I'm Colin Zhou. I'm data analyst in our team. I will go through those user stories in my tags. Standard user registration. Student can register with college email. My task is design the database schema for storing user profile and authentication data. In login registration main page, I need to ensure that database schema is compatible with login page. In message sending, users should be able to send a text message to their contact directly. I need to design the database schema for storing messages and the chat history. In message receipt, Messages sent should be should be received by intended recipient. I need to verify that the database schema supports message tracking and the status. Message notification. Users should receive notification for new message. Ensure that the database schema supports storing notification preference and setting. As registered user, I want to customize my profile, including setting display name and profile picture to personalize my chat experience. What I need to do is verify that database schema supports user profile data. And as you just user, in this, my task is verify that the database schema supports user registration data. And as a just user, I want to explore chat rooms and view conservation without creating an account, so I can see what application offer before deciding to sign up. What I need to do is verify that database schema supports just user access. And admin user should have unique rule and access level that allows them access administrative features. And my task is verified that database schema supports admin rule and access control data. And next, admin users should have ability to create a college announcement to share important. My task is verify that database schema supports college announcement. Lastly, admin users should be only users with authorization to perform administrative actions. My task is verified that database schema supports admin rule and access control data.